Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you free training today how to evolve for the summer market. Intraday trading on the 5 minute chart, how it can make you money and how you need to change to capitalize in this market. And they show you exactly simplistic forms in which can really improve your trading. That's going to be all free here today on the Newsbeat Show. Our precise daily stock levels, as well as our game plan in Forex and our full stock analysis. I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. And we have an interesting day today. Something very interesting happened, and all of a sudden, the Supreme Court ruled that states will be allowed to charge internet sales tax. So, what happened today is we saw the market just start plunging. And look, I am not the person who makes an excuse for the market going down. The market could go down. Let the market plummet forever. I don't care. But it's the way it happened. Today is what I like to call a fluke day in trading. And this is exactly what happened. You could see the triple Qs here started coming down, and then all of a sudden we hit support, rip through it, rip through it, rip through it. And I'm sitting there like, what is going on here? What is going on here? So the Supreme Court of the United States ruled that states, individual states, the state you live in, like New York, New Jersey, California, Texas, wherever you live, will be able to charge you tax on your Amazon goods. Now, this threw me for a little loop. Because when I buy something on Amazon, there is no tax. There is no tax. I'll show you here. Let's do it together. All right. I want to. By the way, please don't. This is a bad example. Let's say organic candy because I wouldn't eat that garbage. All right, organic candy. Yummer. By the way, those lollipops are the greatest things known to man. All right. $5.99. Yum Earth gummy bears. Let's buy this. All right. Add to cart. I go ahead. I click add to cart, and it's like proceed to checkout. And actually this has a $7.99 one-time shipping, but there we go. You notice right there, estimated tax to be collected. So I actually was unaware, I don't know if you could see that easily, that I was blind all this time that we were actually paying tax on Amazon. And I was like, really? So I live in the state of New Jersey right now. I'm from New York, Brooklyn, whatever, but now I live in New Jersey, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, what is going on here with all of this? Nonetheless, domestic political drama with the Supreme Court of the United States making this ruling, driving the market down, crushing support levels. It bounced and then it came back down. And I'm going to tell you everything I feel. And I really want to focus this show, as you could see on our little agenda here. I want to focus on number 2, and I want to focus on the free training. So I just want to get the precise daily stock levels out of the way. I'm going to share them with you, and they are right here, ladies and gentlemen. I do think we're gapping down tomorrow. I do see the Qs down 31 cents. Before the day ended, in the room, I said we'll gap down 70, 80 cents or more in the Qs. So far, that's not true, so we'll see. Let's go ahead and let's talk about those levels in the triple Qs. Spiders, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. Then I'm going to focus on something that's going to change your intraday trading, at least for this summer. It's a statistical anomaly that I just noticed by looking at a chart, something that I do quite enough work on. And let's go ahead and talk about the triple Qs right here. Triple Qs, support, $173.91. That is ascending support. That is your support tomorrow for the triple Qs. Resistance, same level as before. Once I'm actually going to give you guys 177.98. I gave you that level wrong. I'll fix it. 177.98 on your triple Qs. Moving on down on the list right here, we're going to go right into the spiders. And let's go ahead and take a look at the spiders right here. Very simple spider support here today, $271.04. And that is where the support is on the spiders. And your resistance on the spiders, 276.94. That'll be this ascending resistance point right here. Moving on along is Facebook, digesting quite bullishly, as a matter of fact. Support as a result, very far away here on Facebook. Probably not even worth it to talk about, but I will anyway since I share these levels daily. $194.77 support on Facebook, and your resistance, the all-time high made Wednesday, 203.55. The actual name that hit our level from the other day was Apple. Hit is a very strong word because it missed it, but let me explain. I was talking about this ascending resistance up here in Apple, and I said if Apple got there, it would be a short. And if you actually set alerts on all the levels that I showed you, this one would have came through, would have said like alert. Apple, we gave you the level yesterday, $188.44 as resistance. Day high in Apple, $188.35. So it was 9 cents off on Apple for resistance. I do think Apple follows through to the downside. It's actually on my game plan. Probably one of the first bearish names you've seen on my game plan, especially if you're new here in quite a while. And I think Apple with this bearish engulfing bar does indeed want to head lower. So support on Apple, very simply, 181.76. That is all the way down here. I could see Apple getting to that level. And 188.62, that same ascending resistance line, that's resistance on double APL. Moving on along to Amazon, AMZN, support $1,700.66. That is going to be all the way. Where is that silly line? Where is that silly line? Where did I get that? Just make double checking that I gave you guys the right level. I didn't. It must have not updated when I changed it. I'm going to just go ahead and change it now. Good thing you don't copy it till the end. $1,694.11 support on Amazon. Breakout 1763.10. As soon as I'm done with these levels, we're going to go right into the education. Netflix. Let's talk about that one today. So Netflix had the pre-market volume. Netflix had the upgrade. And what happened was I went ahead and I bought Netflix this morning right off the open. It popped up a couple points. I sold a majority of my position and then it fell and I got stopped out on the rest. Then it fell over here. I bought it again here, popped up, sold the majority of my position, fell down, got stopped out on the rest. And then I watched it go all the way down to 406 and go all the way up to 420 based on this stupid Supreme Court ruling that just dragged, the internet companies like Netflix down. Kind of a weird trade for me overall. I don't know how I came out ahead in this. I think the fact that I wasn't giving it any room is why I came out ahead today. Truth is, if the market didn't do something stupid, I could have left a lot of money on the table. I kept holding partials of my position when it popped and I sold some out for the quick profit because I was hoping that it would actually continue up. Ironically, every time it did that, I just gave back, some of the money that I made and it just ended up not being worth it. Nonetheless, it was my second best trading name today. 402.67 support tomorrow on Netflix. Resistance, your all-time high made today at 423.21. And last but not least is GOOGL. That's Google. Support on Google here will come in right at this Algo Buster reversal level, $1,155.09. And your resistance on Google, the all-time high, made last Wednesday of this week, $1,201.49. Again, if you wish to copy these levels, you wish to screenshot these levels, you can feel free and go ahead and do so now. You can always go back in the video and watch, but now I want to get into the free education. So next on our agenda will be number 2, free training, summer evolution and intraday trading on the 5-minute. So what I like to do is I like to watch for statistical anomalies. I'll tell you, there are traders out there who trade strictly on candlesticks, and it doesn't work. Just doesn't work. Now, when I say it doesn't work, the funny thing about technical analysis is you'll always find something that actually does work. You'll always find something that your strategy works, everyone's strategy works, but consistency is what I'm after here, not the fact that you happen to pull up a chart of where your strategy worked. Now, if you're able to always find a chart set up like that that always works, That would be absolutely lovely. That would be absolutely tremendous. That would be absolutely phenomenal if you were able to do something like that. But the truth is that most traders are not. So, um, I I was watching the market today, and it was for those who are not in the room, and I wanted to explain what happened today. I had a good trading day in the market, but there were a lot of people who had a bad day in the market with everything that happened, and there were a lot of people who had an amazing day. So what I am doing for members of the Newsbeat live room is we're going to be doing one-on-one phone calls with me. This is free of charge. It was pitched to me. It was pitched to me as a product that I could sell for money for $500 an hour. That is not what I'm after here. I genuinely care about the people here in this room, and I know you guys don't really hear me talk like this, and it's easy to tell people that you care, but actions speak louder than words. So that is the action that I'm going to take, and that is why I'm giving you the free training now, especially for you guys also, not only in the room, but also you guys who are watching this show for free to bring some value to you guys too. And that is why I am doing all of this. Today I had a decent day. I actually made over $16,000 in the market. I made over 16 grand. So it was two back-to-back really good days for me. And you could even tell by the demeanor in my voice, I can't even throw a smile because when I hear that, a few people were having bad days in the room with what was happening in the market, it upset me. It really upset me. And that's why I'm doing all of this. So let's go ahead and get the free education going, huh? So when you look at the market, you have to look for statistical anomalies. So what I tried to do was I tried to say, okay, well, what was on my game plan today? And I'll share with you guys on the internet. This is what we give 9 o'clock a.m. every morning. I gave 6 names. I gave Netflix. And when you see the word upgrade, by the way, I'm looking to buy those stocks at some point of the day. Doesn't mean I'm buying them right away. Sometimes it does, sometimes I don't. It just means I am looking for long trades if these stocks generally hit support levels. Very rarely I'll share my favorite name, which was again Netflix, just like it was a couple days ago. So I was looking for a long in Netflix, PayPal, AMZ, Verizon, Square, and Expedia, and all these levels are listed for you every single day. We actually start throwing them out in the room after 8 o'clock, generally speaking. After 8 o'clock, you'll generally see these names, and then 9:30 comes and I start. I put this list together and I show you the upgrades and why I like it, etc. So I came back and I said, okay, using those 6 names here today, I have them written down. I don't know if you could see that. There you go. Netflix, PayPal, AMC, Verizon, Square, Expedia. My handwriting is that of like a 1-year-old with a broken arm trying to write with the opposite hand. But for some reason, I can sometimes, how you know if you have a terrible handwriting when sometimes you write things and you look and you're like, what the hell did I write there? Like that's what I run into sometimes. So that's how you know that your handwriting really needs some help. That was not a bottle of tequila. Are you kidding me? It's a Fiji bottle water. Camille. A very watered down tequila to the point where it has no tequila. With that being said, let's get into our free education. So I took a look at Netflix here, and I was using 5-minute charts, and I noticed statistical anomalies on every news name I gave today. Question: does anybody notice anything about this chart? Starting from here, this is today. This was yesterday, Wednesday. Here's today. This is the first 5-minute bar of the open. Does anyone notice anything? I'll share it with you. So the first time a 5-minute bar closes green above the exponential 8, there's a follow through move. You break the next bar's high. Stock breaks down afterwards with the market. You see this exponential 8, you see this yellow line? That's the only line I want you to focus on now. Follow this little yellow line. That's my exponential 8 moving average. And these are just candlesticks, open versus closed candlesticks. So This green bar hit 420. It popped through 421. A dollar doesn't sound like a lot on Netflix. It's scalpable. You can make a little bit of money on that. That's just a rough example. Stock comes down. Second green bar closes above the exponential 8 after testing it was right here. This 10:50 a.m. bar, which is 10:45 a.m. to 10:50 a.m. Eastern Standard. What happens? Follows through. Breaks down again, closes above it after breaking down from it. Again at 12:15, gives you a little chop to the upside right there for a little 50% move. Not a lot, right? Okay, let's just keep following it, right? Breaks underneath it, closes above it again. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the 5-minute on the exponential 8 to close below the yellow line, close above the yellow line, and then give you a follow through. In English, when this 5-minute bar closes, when any green bar that closes above the exponential 8 closes, I could buy it right there. So this bar closed at 419.93. The first one went to 421. Not the biggest move. This one closed at 411.91. This one actually went to $420, but let's say you sold quickly. Let's say you didn't catch that move. It popped a point and a half. That's a move. That's money. All right, let's see when it happened again. Right over here, it closed at 418.55, hit 419.03. This was the worst example. And you could set tight stops below the 5-minute bar. Very tight stops. Then you could start actually applying other people's theories. It's funny because I think of my coworker, Rob Smith. I actually say, I could take Rob Smith's theory and I could integrate it into my theory and I could create something phenomenally consistent, better than what he does and better than what I do if we work together on both of our strategies. See that? See what I did there? Now, I'm showing you one example. I'm going to show you examples from every single name I talked about today. So don't think I'm just using this silly name as an example. So what happens next? We close above, after breaking below, we close above it again right here. You see how this green bar is above this yellow line? Let's say you bought it where the bar closed. I'm not saying you're buying it at the bottom. I'm not saying maybe you're even buying it near the top. It closed at 417.05, this bar. Let's say you bought it as the bar closed, right? The next bar went to 418.84, okay? It jumped $1.80. That's money. I don't care if you made 50 cents. I don't care if you made 25 cents. I don't care if you made $1. That's scalp money in a summer environment. Let's move on. Next thing on my list, and you're gonna see me reacting like this in the market tomorrow. PayPal. That was name number 2 on my list. Okay, let's talk about what happened on PayPal today. So, shot up, pulled down, broke the exponential 8. When did it close above the exponential 8 for the first time? Let me just delete this line to make it easier to see. All right, you see this? It opened up above, it slammed below it, it closed below it. Now I'm looking for the first close above this yellow line. Da 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 da, never happening. Da 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 da, never happening. Oh, look, it happened right there. 1050 to 1055. It closed at 86.05. Next candle went to 86.34. Then started stair-stepping up and went all the way up to 86.78. I don't care. Maybe you caught this move. Maybe you did it. Maybe you hold 10% of your position for that move. But 86.07 to 86.34, believe me, you can make money on a little garbage trade like that. Again, I'm not looking for home run. Now let's see what happened when it failed. Right over here. It closed at 86.44. If you bought it there, you would have got stopped out, let's say at the bottom of this bar at 86.33. You lose 11 cents. Let's say when you buy it at the green bar, your stop is below that green bar. So if you're sitting here wondering where your stop is, so when you bought it here, this is like, I guess, and I might be making it up. I think this is Rob Smith's candlestick strategy, or at least part of it. And there's something there. There's something there, really. I think he's onto something. If you follow my methodology with his, you can make money in this market. So I don't know if I want to call it, mine or his or neither, because it's probably something new that's none of ours. But who cares? It's yours for all I care. What do you think? There's copyright laws on this? Do whatever you need to do to make money. So right here, You bought it at 86.05, your stop was 85.82. You had a 23-cent risk, and the stock popped. Right over here, you did it again. You bought at 86.44 and you got stopped out at 33 cents. You lost 11 cents. Try it again. You bought right here at 86.16. Next candle, 86.29. You're up 13 cents. Next candle, 86.39. You're up again. Worked here too. Right over here when you pulled back. Oh, yeah, worked here too when you pulled back below and you went up. And you could do this all day. All right, let's move on. Those are two names, AMC. And keep in mind, the names that I'm bringing up is not just, oh, Mark is just, looking for random names that he did this. You think I would waste my time and your time with garbage like that? No, I want to actually show you something that's working. So why am I choosing these names? Because they were all positive names. So you're going with the news as you're doing these strategies. Number 3 on the list is AMC. So what are we doing? Most of these stocks are upgrades, so they gapped up in the morning. And I'm saying ignore it. Using what I'm talking about now, ignore it. Don't even touch it. Stock goes up, stock pulls in, bang, closed above here right now at 17.05. Your long 17.05, your stop is 16.97 right there for the first time today. That's where the first green bar closed above after going below. Stock went from 17.05 to 17.15. You made 10 cents and you risked, what did you risk? You risked 7. AMC is a garbage name. I get it. Now it starts fluttering here. You could argue that you might have lost money here. I would argue you probably should have ignored it at this point because the stock just went sideways. But AMC was a name actually I wouldn't even try to trade. And like just when it does stuff like this where it just like has, you see like you have like the flat top right there. No offense to the old school haircut where like you put in a bunch of bars topping out at 17.05. So I would have ignored that name, and that's why I did ignore that name. But let's look at another name. Let's look at Verizon, which was also on our list. Watch this. Verizon had positive news, opens up, flushes down, pops up. You're ignoring it. You're ignoring it even here. Here's the first time it closed below the exponential 8 was 10.55. So at this point, you're waiting for the first green bar. Here's the first green bar at 48. Here's the first green bar closing above the level right here at 48.79. Next bar went up to 48.82, and believe it or not, you would have gotten stopped out. You would have gotten a 5-cent loss right here because of that tail. Fair enough. Doesn't always work. Unless you sold it quick, you could have made or lost a nickel. Garbage, right? I get it. I totally get it. Let's go on. Right over here. Closes at 48.57, hits 48.59. This bar closes, would have pulled back. You could set it below the previous candle. There's a situation where you lose 3 cents. Not the biggest deal. Then it starts doing like choppiness like this. And even if you played it here and lost 8 cents here, and then you played it here and you made 5 cents there, and even if you played it here and you made 10, 20, 30 cents, the point is you are right over 70% of the time. I'm not saying it works 100% of the time. I'm saying you have a programmable algorithmic risk reward on this strategy. Let's move on. Square. Here's Square. That's SQ. Upgraded today. Here's where it opened. We're just following the yellow line. Opened up. Whipping people around, right? Ignored. Oh, right here at 9:55. You see how it closes below the yellow line? Right here, it closed like right at it. So I don't count 9:50, even though you could because it wouldn't change anything in what we're doing. But you want to close below the line. That's the parameter. So at 9:55 right here, you see how you close below this line on the 5-minute? And by the way, this is freestockcharts.com. Go to free stock charts. I use real-time data. I pay for it. But all you have to do is set up an exponential 8 moving average and put up a 5-minute candlestick chart. That's it. That is it. Everything else you see on your screen is other things that I use, which you don't need to for this strategy. So right here at 9:55, you're waiting for the first green bar to close above this yellow line. You know, you could play the little Jeopardy theme song in your head while this is going on, like da na 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 na. Oh, right there. You see, it missed it here. The exponential 8, as you can see on the top left, is 67.29. It closed at 67.28. This is not the bar to buy on. Even if you did, you could have scalped 20 cents real quick. Still, you ignore that. This is the first bar that closed above it. Right here, the 1050 to 1055 bar. So you're buying at 67.41 and you have a stop of 66.97. So that is, I mean, you'll already know ahead of time your stop. It's not like you have a blind stop. As soon as the candlestick closes, you could buy at the close and put a stop at the bottom, right? Well, I'm telling you, right. That's exactly what you do. Thankfully, in this case, it worked. It jumped from 67.42 to 67.64. I don't have to tell you, but 67 and a half calls in square would have returned you a decent amount, 10, 15% at least, on a stupid little move like that. You throw $1,000 worth of calls, you probably made 100, 150, 200 bucks. And that's if you sold right away. If you held it, you would have made more. Fine, I get that. Forget about that. I'm not even talking that you made more, right? So what you do is, if you do decide to hold, put a stop below the prior candle. I think that's the Rob Smith part. And I love that if he could just conjoin the functionality of what I'm doing and what he's doing together. I could take his strategy and make it phenomenally consistent. I could take my strategy and make it phenomenally consistent by the conjoining of these two things. And again, I have never taken his course. It's just I've watched his videos. He sounds like a great guy, and that's what I have learned from watching his videos. You could correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so now you want to close. So now you could have rode this for whatever. I don't care. Let's say you just rode it for 10%. Maybe you made more. I mean, the stock went to 60. The stock went just a little less than $1, but you don't have to catch it. I'm saying forget it. Let's say you didn't make that dollar. Wait for it to close below again right here. Wait for it to close above again. And here's the messed up part. It closed at 67.77 on it. So I don't know if you want to consider closing on the line. So the exponential, if you look in the top left, the yellow number is 67.77, and the green number is where it actually closed over there. So it actually closed at it. If you actually decided to take that trade, it would have popped up to 67.93 and then popped up a little higher and you could have sold. The whole trick is to make quick, consistent alpha. There's so many people, like, honestly, I am a phenomenal level 2 trader. Phenomenal. You want to know the problem with running a broadcast and doing level 2? I have no time to talk to any of you guys. I have to shut up and do my own thing. If I sat there, I could scalp a couple $1,000s every day doing nothing but just looking at the level 2 and just, making a market, getting filled on the bid, adding liquidity, getting filled on the offer, just scalping on a little 5-minute chart and just looking at the same stock all day like this and, trade 100,000 shares and make, $2,000, $3,000 net P&L. I could do that blindfolded in my sleep. It's what I did for a large part of my career. But then I couldn't run a broadcast. What the hell would be the point of me actually talking to you if I did that? I'm telling you, you have that luxury. You have that luxury if you're not running a broadcast, if you want to do that. And the thing I'm showing you helps people who don't want to be level 2 traders, who just want to be chart traders, take small scalps, smart risk rewards throughout the day and chop a little money. I'm not showing you this strategy saying you're going to make $10,000, $20,000, but, with a modest account size and modest trades, like $1,000 worth of options, you could scalp 50, 100, $200 here and there, and it adds up. We're talking 5-minute setups. You could find a lot of these things. So this one could have worked. Here's another one right over here. You closed above after pulling below. That would have worked. Let's see, did it happen again throughout the day? Close right here. You would have bought 67.72 and it would have jumped up to 67.86. Like I said, it's even easier without options when you do this strategy. Just Square has a penny spread. Oh, 5-minute bar closes green. Market order. I just bought the offer in Square a penny higher. So instead of getting filled at 67.72, you got filled at maybe 67.73. Maybe you did get 67.72 if the offer was there when it printed last. All right. You're doing nothing. The stock pops up right away, 10 cents. You're up $100. Sold. You're up. It goes up 7-8 cents. Sold. Goes up 20 cents. Sold. Who cares? You will take losses, just not many. Let's see if it happened again where you closed above. Right before the end of the day, it happened. Over here, by the way, you failed. 67.37 is the exponentially. You closed at 67.35. Right over here, 67.37. It closed on the line. If it closes on the line, I would just ignore it until I do more research. Let's pretend you have to close above the line, not at it. Okay. Right over here, bang. 3:50 p.m. Square closes at 67 and a quarter, pops up to 67.37. Some of you are watching, you're like, Mark, I don't want this. I don't want this BS 12 cents. I don't care about this BS 12 cents. Fine. Guess what? There are names like Netflix, which give you a BS $2, a BS $1, a BS $4, a BS $5, depending if you want to actually expand on how I'm doing this here. Let's take the last name on my radar that I actually gave you guys today, and that's Expedia. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the news names I disclosed to you and seeing if there's a strategy that can consistently make money. You could figure out ways to raise the risk at some points, but as long as you keep your risk at the bottom of the bar, the first bar that breaks through, you could hold it for as long as you want. So here's Expedia opening up. Baba, doing another crazy market drops. You're not even in the trade. Right over here, closes below the exponential 8 for the first time. Bang, right here, 1050 to 1055. You close above the yellow line for the first time after closing below. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Stock closed 124.57, goes up a quarter 5 minutes later. Let's say you kept your stop here. Let's say you didn't put your stop at the bottom of the bar. Let's say you bought 57. You're an Expedia, $120 name. You have a 24-cent risk. It's not crazy. And you just leave it there. And a lot of these would have worked out better. This is new to me. I'll develop this more. I'll get to that next level. But by doing those first steps in which I'm showing you here, this is how strategies are indeed created. This is how you can actually move past just trying to follow inconsistent strategies designed by others that are losing you money. Went from 124.57 to 125.13 with no pain. Maybe you didn't catch that. Maybe you caught 10, 15, 20 cents. Maybe you took 500 shares, made a quick 50 to $100 on that first candle pop. You get the picture. You know who you are as a trader. I'm just showing you something that's working. Okay, goes up, pulls in, closes at the line again. Exactly. That's weird. So you ignore it there. Comes up, bang, right here. Right here. It closes above it again here for the first time. 124.54. You buy it. You have a 10-cent stop on this name. Okay. Don't talk about $120. You have a 10-cent risk. Look at this candle, 124.54 by 124.44. Stock goes to 124.62 and then pulls in. Garbage, but you're not getting hurt. You're making a little or losing a little. Here's the next time it happens. Well, actually, it happens right here again, and you could have scalped a little there again. Expedia might be a bad example. You know what? Let's look at the FANG names. I don't know what these are going to look. Let's look at Facebook. I didn't trade Facebook today. Let's see if we could have done this strategy with Facebook. Here's Facebook opening up today. Closes above it right here for the first time at 202.42. Facebook runs to 203.16. You tell me you can't make money on that move? Forget it. Let's say you didn't catch the move to 203.16. Let's say you sold it on the next bar. It goes from 202.54 to 202.81. I'm telling you, 27 cents in the summer, consistently, I'll take it every time. Stock falls down. Closes above the exponential 8 again for the first time at 10.55. Oh my goodness, look at this one. Now that's a real winner. Forget it. Let's say you didn't even catch this big move. I'm assuming you're not even catching these big moves. Maybe you'll be a better trader and figure out something else on how you could ride it. The easiest way you could ride it is set a low at the bottom of the candle and leave your stop there. And then the stock climbed all the way up. Is that beautiful or what? Is that beautiful or what? Happens again right here. You're buying at 202.26 with a stop at 202.06. You have a 20-cent risk here. It pops up just a little, only a nickel, and then falls in your face and you lose a dime. Excuse me, 20 cents. You lose 20 cents on this one. Here it happens again. You took a small loss. Here it happens again. You could have taken a larger gain. The point is, this strategy is not supposed to work 100% of the time, but what I think is if you take names with positive news on the day, positive upgrades, which we share with you every single day, well, 5 days a week. No offense, as much as I love you guys, I don't trade 7 days a week. Do I with the Forex markets? I don't know. Let's not get silly. But I trade the US stock markets 5 days a week. And this is just one strategy that I see working. This is a strategy that is measurable. And the cool thing is, it's easy to do with stock. I think it's easier to do with stock. I think on some names you could even do, I know I could do it with options. Some people, whatever. Depending, like Facebook has like a 1-2 cent spread in the options. That's easy. Expedia probably doesn't have a 1-2 cent spread. So Expedia, you'd probably want to do stock. And granted, I don't even like Expedia or AMC. I'd probably do like Netflix, PayPal, and Square because those are thicker, higher volume names. I like the higher volume names. Let's take a look at some of, so we did Facebook. Let's take a look at Apple. Here's Apple. Grinds up, hits resistance. That's the algo line you see right up here in which we called the high so great. Here, we close below it for the first time right here. Boom. Very next candle, we close above it. You're activated. You're long 187.49. Stock jumps to 187.74. Jumps a quarter. Look, I know 25 cents doesn't sound like all the money in the world, but it's doable. Are you the person who's going to sell when you're up 25 cents on an Apple position? If that person is you, are you going to sell when you're up 15 cents? If that person is you, you can make money consistently. Right here, closes above it, doesn't do it here. Doesn't do it here. Here's the next time it does it, right over here. See this green candle? 186.88. Goes right away to 187.15. If you were up, I'm not saying you're catching the 30 cents in Apple. I'm not saying you caught even more. Maybe you didn't. But if you're up 15 cents, is that a trade for you? For some people, like, I don't even want to waste my time with that bull doo-doo. I respect that. I respect that. But for somebody like me, I could take 50 contracts of a stupid Apple over here, have it pop 30 cents, and I'll sell out. I'll sell out and I'll make a dime. I'll make 7, 8 cents. I'll make 12 cents depending on the day of the week and the expiration. Whatever. I get it. It's a Thursday. Probably make more on a Thursday, make less on a Monday with options. I could take a few. Oh, Apple? I could take 5,000 shares of Apple right here. I could do that. I could do it. Very easily. Very, very, very easily. Maybe you can't do it. Maybe you can do 100 shares of Apple. 100 shares. 100 shares. Right over here. You're risking 20 bucks. You made 30. You made 20. You made 15 bucks. Don't think like your reward has to be higher than your risk. That is the biggest misconception that anyone will ever tell you. It's nice. I do it. My reward is generally higher than my risk. It's not a necessity. So you could see, especially earlier in the day, you have more volatile moves and you make more money. So this is a really good strategy, 9:30 to 11. So let's see. We went through Facebook, Apple, Amazon. Could have you done this strategy with Amazon today? Yep. Right here, you closed higher. Right here, you see Amazon pulled below, closed above right here, 1753.34. And then went to 1757.75. You're telling me 4.5 points you can't make money on Amazon? I guarantee you could have sold those calls for a couple points, like a couple points higher, easily. You don't have a lot of you don't trade options. You don't have a lot of buying power. Okay. Can you take 20 shares of Amazon, 25 shares of Amazon, make a couple points, make $50? Maybe you don't like to trade Amazon. Don't trade it. I'm just showing you an example of a stupid trade whatever name you want. I'm just showing you the major FANG names, the Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. So let's see what happened right here. Bang, closed at 1736.98. You went to 1739.35. So you're telling me it jumped up approximately 2.5 points. You can't make 75 cents a dollar on Amazon off some quick shares. Amazon's a bad example because people don't like trading that. I get it. I respect it. I'm just use this as a reference. That's all I'm asking you to use this for. And yes, you got situations like right over here after in Amazon where you could have caught, a sexy 15 points. I get that. I'm just I'm opening up your mind to statistical anomalies in the market. That's what I'm opening up your mind to. Google. Now remember, I'm just looking at these names for examples. I'm going to trade my news names on these. I'm just showing you could trade other. Maybe you're not in the Newsbeat room. Maybe you don't get my list. Maybe that's unfortunate. Maybe you have half an hour, 45 minutes to trade every day, and you're trying to just build up a little consistent alpha. Maybe you're digging out of a hole, and maybe this is the way you want to do it. Here's Google. Flushes below. Oh, bang. Right here for the first time, Google at 9:55 bar, which is the 9:50 to 9:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time bar, closed at 11:85.29. Went to 11:88.26, jumped 3 points. Fine, I get it. It's Google. Let's move on. Market flushes. Everybody's panicking. Nobody knows where the hell to buy anything. Everything's going crazy. Bang, right here for the first time. 10:55 bar. Closes at 11:73.82. Goes to 11:78.54. Jumped almost 5 points. I mean, I'm not saying you caught 5 points. I'm saying you caught 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe you're that stubborn SOB who held it. Maybe you caught 10 points. Maybe you caught 8. Maybe you caught 5. Maybe you caught 1. But you had a defined risk reward. And I am telling you, if it's not noticeable to you, and then you see it happened right here for the first time again, not the first time, the next time at 1 o'clock. And even then it popped, a couple points. It might, Vincent. So that's what I really wanted to share with you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to have more sessions like this with you guys. You gotta do me a favor right now. If this is what you guys, I'm going to do it for the room. I know you guys in the room like this sort of stuff. I'm going to do this and more for you guys in the room. But if you guys on Facebook and YouTube like this, I could just keep doing what I do in the normal Newsbeat show as usual and just like I've been doing for the past 100+ episodes. Um, but if you like this, let me know. Thumbs up. If you don't like lessons like this, just thumbs down. Just thumbs down. Believe me, I don't go to bed at night crying saying, "Oh, somebody disliked my video." You dislike it, it's cool. But I want you to thumbs up or thumbs down based on what I showed you here. Not whether you liked this particular lesson or dislike this particular lesson. If you like the idea of evolutionary classes that show you right now what is working in the market on a large scale, whether it's intraday on the 5 minute, whether it's swing, this is just one lesson. So do me a favor with this video. Make sure you're watching the video, right? I know how to do this myself. If you like it, thumbs it up. If you don't like it, thumbs it down. It's very simple. Please don't do either. Please make sure you go up or down so I know how to serve you better. I think this is a very effective way of scalping. It's extremely consistent, and I'm going to give it a little shot tomorrow in the market and see how it works. So that was your free education. I love giving it to you, and I'd love to give you more of it. It'll be depending on your thumbs up and thumbs down. That'll let me know if you like it or not, since I can't really hear you or see what you're writing. our game plan in Forex. Let's go right into our game plan. As I promised you, Apple bearish. Apple with the bearish engulfing bar today hit our level one we called 188.44 as our algorithmic resistance yesterday in Apple for today. It hit 188.35. It missed my level by 9 cents. Pulled down. I think we could get a follow through to the downside here in Apple. 184.94 will be your breakdown here in Apple, and I'm looking bearish. Um, if you guys are watching on Facebook, YouTube, this is what I'm expecting tomorrow to look like. Friday, June 8th. Look at Friday, June 8th on the triple Qs. Tomorrow looks like Friday, June 8th on the triple Qs. What happened? I'll explain it. You gap down 83 cents in the morning, pulled down a little, but closed strong. I think you get this bar tomorrow on the Qs off a gap down. I think this is the bar that you see tomorrow in the triple Qs. My Forex trades, I've been on a string of losses on the Forex side. I tried to change some things up. Here's a live position that I have. Just again, always being honest with you, right? So, what happens with I think a lot of the other broadcasters is when they don't have a good day, there's no video. You just don't see them. You don't actually get to deal with a real human being. If they're showing you anything, they're showing you something that already was very successful for them. Even though I do make phenomenal consistent money and I'm blessed to be a trader, I do show you the bad sides as well. And it has been recently coming from my Forex. So here's my buys, here's my size, here's the symbols, here's the price in which I'm bidding at, here's my stop losses if I get filled in if I'm wrong, here's my take profit levels if I get filled if I'm right. And of course, now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into our full stock analysis. That's any stock in the world that you're watching. That is for Newsbeat Live members only, not because I'm holding out on you, because I simply cannot see your questions. I'm literally inside my trading room right now, seeing the questions being written. That's why it is. But you are more than welcome to join the largest, fastest growing trading room in the nation. There's a link within the comment. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you thumbs up or thumbs down if you like to see more of these evolution sessions where I'm showing you things that are working on many different time frames, not just the short one. Today was the first day I'm trying it. We'll see if I keep doing it in the future. It is up to you to let me know if I should or should not do that. Happy trading, make money. We'll see you guys next time on the Newsbeat Live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.